6 biblical seeds that balance blood sugar after 60. Your morning blood sugar monitor reads high before you even step out of bed. You feel a heavy, cloud-like fatigue creeping over you 30 minutes after every meal. Your trusted doctor keeps talking about increasing your dosages or introducing new prescriptions. You find yourself constantly cutting back on the simple meals and traditional dishes you have loved for decades. And in the quiet moments of the day, you wonder if this exhausting cycle is simply an unavoidable tax on growing older. I want to reassure you today, it is not. There is a gentler, time-tested path to restoring your body's natural balance. Today, we are opening the scriptures to examine 6 humble, deeply nourishing seeds that have sustained human life for thousands of years. These ancient seeds are not mere folklore. They are now backed by rigorous modern clinical science for stabilizing glucose, reversing insulin resistance, and renewing your daily strength. If this message brings peace and value to your life, please take a brief moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the gentle notification bell so you never miss a study. And be sure to stay with me until the very end, because seed number 6 is widely considered the most effective botanical seed in ancient Mediterranean history for preventing dangerous nighttime glucose spikes. Let us turn our hearts and attention to our first seed. Number 1. Black seed. Our journey begins in the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 27. The ancient text speaks of a unique dark seed that is so delicate it must not be crushed with a heavy cartwheel. Instead, the scriptures note that it is beaten out gently with a simple wooden staff. The King James Version calls this seed fitches, but in the historic lands of the Mediterranean and the Middle East, it was known as the blessed seed. For over 3,000 years, nomadic elders, desert travelers, and ancient herbalists carried small leather pouches of this tiny black seed to treat physical exhaustion, weakness, and persistent internal heat. When we step into the modern medical laboratory, we discover why this humble seed was held in such high esteem. Modern science identifies this botanical as Nigella sativa, commonly known today as black seed or black cumin. Inside the oily shell of every single black seed lies a rare bioactive crystalline compound known as thymoquinone. Thymoquinone possesses a remarkable ability to communicate directly with your liver cells. Your liver acts as your body's primary storage vault for extra energy, holding on to glucose in a form called glycogen. When you sleep at night, a healthy liver releases just a tiny, steady stream of fuel to keep your brain and heart working smoothly. However, in bodies over 60 managing metabolic strain, the liver often suffers from impaired signaling. It panics in the early morning hours and dumps massive amounts of stored sugar into your blood while you are fast asleep. This abnormal release is the exact reason why so many seniors wake up with surprisingly high glucose numbers before they have eaten a single bite of breakfast. Thymoquinone steps in like a wise caretaker, signaling the liver enzymes to hold on to excess glycogen and preventing those unwanted morning sugar surges. In a pivotal clinical trial published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism, researchers monitored mature adults who added daily black seed to their routine over a 12-week period. The results were remarkable. Participants experienced a significant drop in their average fasting blood sugar levels, along with an impressive, measurable reduction in their overall HbA1c markers, the gold standard test for long-term sugar management. Furthermore, the study noted a reduction in cellular oxidative stress throughout the pancreas, allowing the body to process daily foods with far less strain. However, we must always walk with wisdom and observe proper caution. Black seed naturally relaxes blood vessel walls, which can cause your blood pressure to lower alongside your blood sugar. If you currently take daily prescription medications for hypertension or diabetes, monitor your daily readings closely with your doctor, as your needed dosages may shift as your body strengthens. To introduce this ancient remedy into your morning routine, secure high-quality, whole organic black seeds. Grind 1/2 teaspoon of whole seeds using a small mortar and pestle or spice grinder right before you use them to preserve their delicate essential oils. Mix the dark, fragrant powder into a small cup of warm water or stir it into 1 teaspoon of raw, unpasteurized honey. Take this simple mixture once daily on an empty stomach, giving thanks for the quiet renewal taking place within your body. Let us now move forward to our second biblical seed. Number 2. Mustard seed. In the Gospel of Matthew chapter 13, verses 31 and 32, Jesus offered us one of the most comforting pictures in all of Scripture. He stated that the kingdom of heaven is like a grain of mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field. Though it is indeed among the smallest of all seeds sown in the earth, when it grows, it becomes larger than the garden plants and forms a great tree, so that the birds of the air come and nest in its branches. In the ancient Mediterranean world, mustard was far more than a simple condiment added to a table spread. It was cultivated across the dry, sun-drenched hillsides of Galilee as a foundational wellness botanical. Ancient families ground whole mustard seeds into warm water or bitter pastes before heavy celebratory feasts to prevent the sense of sluggishness, bloating, and weakness that often follows a large meal rich in starches. When you crush or chew a whole mustard seed, a natural cellular chemical reaction takes place almost instantly. The pressure breaks open tiny cells within the seed, bringing an active enzyme named myrosinase into contact with plant compounds called glucosinolates. This natural reaction produces a highly biological, pungent compound known as allyl isothiocyanate. This specific compound acts as a powerful activator for your body's insulin receptors. To understand how vital this is, imagine insulin as a key, and imagine the cell walls in your muscles and organs as locked doors. When you are young, those locks turn easily, allowing glucose to move out of your blood and into your cells where it is burned as clean, energetic fuel. As the years accumulate, however, those cellular locks often grow stiff, rusty, and unresponsive, a condition doctors refer to as insulin resistance. Because the doors remain shut, sugar accumulates in your bloodstream while your cells starve for energy, leaving you feeling exhausted even after a full meal. Allyl isothiocyanate effectively polishes those rusted cellular locks, restoring their natural sensitivity so that insulin can easily open the doors once again. In a notable 2020 clinical study published in the European Journal of Nutrition, scientists studied the post-meal metabolic responses of individuals who added whole ground mustard seeds to starch-heavy meals. The researchers discovered that the presence of active mustard seed compounds reduced post-meal blood sugar spikes by more than 20% compared to control groups, while simultaneously lowering the amount of insulin the pancreas was forced to produce. As with all potent natural remedies, a gentle word of caution is necessary. Mustard seeds contain concentrated, spicy allyl compounds that can cause mild stomach warmth or irritation if consumed in large quantities on an entirely empty stomach. Always ensure you enjoy mustard seeds alongside or immediately following a wholesome meal. To use mustard seed for daily glucose protection, take 1/2 teaspoon of whole yellow or brown mustard seeds and crush them lightly between 2 spoons or in a grinder. Swallow the crushed seeds with a full glass of fresh water directly after your main meal of the day. Alternatively, whisk crushed mustard seeds with cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil and fresh lemon juice to create a rich, heart-healthy dressing for your garden greens. Let us now explore our third historic seed. Number 3. Flaxseed. Flax is deeply woven into the history, culture, and daily life of the ancient biblical world. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 13, the scriptures describe the noble household manager who seeks wool and flax and works willingly with her hands. The long, sturdy fibers of the flax plant were spun into fine linen garments worn by biblical kings, prophets, and high priests as a symbol of purity, health, and dignity. Yet, long before the stems were ever harvested for clothing, ancient agricultural communities gathered the small, glossy, golden and brown seeds of the flax plant for their daily bread. Ancient healers recognized that consuming flaxseed provided a deep, grounding physical stamina and maintained smooth, effortless digestion across all stages of life. Modern nutritional science reveals that flaxseed is one of the single richest botanical sources of two specific elements: soluble mucilage fiber and plant compounds known as lignans. When ground flaxseed enters your stomach and comes into contact with natural digestive fluids, its soluble fiber expands rapidly, forming a thick, slippery, gel-like matrix. This natural gel gently coats the inner lining of your stomach and small intestine. When you eat foods containing carbohydrates such as bread, rice, or fruit, this protective gel acts as a natural physical buffer. It slows down the exact speed at which digestive enzymes can break down those carbohydrates into simple glucose molecules. Instead of a sudden, chaotic surge of sugar pouring into your bloodstream, your digestive tract releases a slow, controlled, and steady trickle of fuel over several hours. This completely eliminates the dramatic sugar spikes and subsequent energy crashes that leave so many seniors feeling drained in the middle of the afternoon. A 12-week clinical trial recorded in the scientific journal Nutrition and Metabolism evaluated older adults managing elevated blood sugar who incorporated 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed into their daily diet. The trial revealed an average 15% increase in cellular insulin sensitivity, alongside a significant reduction in systemic inflammatory markers across the entire vascular system. It is vital, however, to keep an important practical caution in mind regarding flaxseed. Whole, unbroken flax seeds possess a tough outer hull that human digestive enzymes cannot break down. If you consume whole flax seeds, they will simply pass through your digestive system entirely intact, without releasing their precious oils and fibers. Furthermore, because flaxseed absorbs a large amount of liquid as it forms its protective gel, you must drink plenty of fresh water throughout the day to ensure optimal digestive comfort. To prepare ground flaxseed correctly, purchase whole organic golden or brown flax seeds and grind them in small batches using a coffee grinder. Store the freshly ground seed in a dark jar in your refrigerator to protect its delicate omega-3 oils from light and air. Stir 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed into your morning bowl of warm oatmeal. Blend it into a glass of unsweetened almond milk, or mix it directly into fresh organic yogurt each afternoon. Let us turn our attention to our 4th seed. Number 4. Cumin seed. Cumin is one of the most ancient and continuous aromatic spices cultivated in the valleys of Israel, Jordan, and Egypt. The prophet Isaiah mentions cumin explicitly in chapter 28, verse 25, describing how the skilled farmer knows the precise time to scatter the seeds across the prepared soil and how to harvest them gently with a small wooden rod so as not to damage their essential oils. In the ancient Near East, a jar of aromatic cumin seeds stood in every home, not merely for flavor, but as an essential daily aid for strong digestion and vital metabolic warmth. Ancient elders knew that a small tea made of simmered cumin seeds taken after evening meals prevented heaviness, water retention, and sluggishness. When we analyze cumin through modern chemistry, we find that its profound health benefits stem from a high concentration of an aromatic volatile oil called cuminaldehyde. Cuminaldehyde operates through a fascinating biological mechanism inside your digestive tract. It acts as a natural inhibitor of a specific enzyme produced in your brush border intestine called alpha-glucosidase. The sole job of alpha-glucosidase is to tear apart complex starches and dietary sugars, converting them into free glucose that rushes immediately into your blood. By gently modulating and slowing down the activity of this enzyme, cuminaldehyde prevents large amounts of carbohydrate molecules from being broken down simultaneously. Your body is given the time it needs to clear and process sugars at a calm, natural pace, preventing your pancreas from becoming overwhelmed. In a randomized, double-blind clinical trial published in 2017, individuals who received daily cumin seed extract demonstrated significant reductions in fasting blood glucose levels and overall insulin resistance markers over an 8-week period. Remarkably, the researchers noted that the biological impact of daily cumin on post-meal glucose stabilization matched the performance of several widely used conventional metabolic supportive strategies, all without harsh side effects. However, we must apply a straightforward safety caution regarding cumin seed. Cumin possesses mild natural antiplatelet properties, meaning it can slow down the speed at which your blood clots. If you are scheduled for an upcoming surgical procedure or if you currently take prescription blood-thinning medications, consult with your primary healthcare provider before consuming large, concentrated doses of cumin seed tea. To make a restorative ancient cumin tonic for your daily health, place 1 teaspoon of whole organic cumin seeds into a small pot with 2 cups of fresh water. Bring the water to a gentle boil, then lower the heat and let the seeds simmer slowly for 5 to 7 minutes until the liquid turns a pale golden amber color. Strain the warm tea into your favorite mug and drink it roughly 15 to 20 minutes before your largest meal of the day to prepare your digestive system for balanced glucose absorption. Let us now proceed to our 5th biblical seed. Number 5, pomegranate seed. Pomegranates are named repeatedly throughout the pages of the Old Testament as one of the 7 holy species of agricultural blessings promised to the ancient Israelites. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 8, the scriptures describe the promised land as a rich terrain of wheat, barley, grapevines, fig trees, pomegranates, olive oil, and honey. Intricately carved wooden pomegranates adorned the grand pillars of King Solomon's temple, and rich woven pomegranate designs decorated the lower hem of the high priest's holy garments. When you open a fresh, sun-ripened pomegranate, you find hundreds of jewel-like crimson seeds, known botanically as arils, each encased in a pouch of tart, astringent juice and rich inner oils. While many people in our modern world drink overly processed pomegranate juices, ancient populations always ate the whole seeds intact, benefiting from the perfect balance of fiber, tart juice, and seed lipid compounds. Modern scientific analysis shows that whole pomegranate seeds contain extraordinary concentrations of 2 rare plant compounds: punicic acid, a unique conjugated fatty acid found almost exclusively in this seed, and powerful polyphenols known as elagitannins. These twin compounds attack one of the most stubborn underlying drivers of adult-onset blood sugar challenges: systemic vascular inflammation. When high blood sugar levels persist over time, excess glucose molecules bind to proteins in your blood vessel walls, creating microscopic friction and chronic inflammatory stress. This vascular inflammation damages the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium, preventing nutrients and insulin from reaching your cells efficiently. The punicic acid and elagitannins found in pomegranate seeds act as intense biological antioxidants, sweeping through your circulatory system, quenching vascular inflammation and restoring smooth, elastic flexibility to your arterial walls. As inflammation subsides, your cell walls regain their ability to absorb glucose, leading to improved circulation, reduced systemic blood pressure, and better overall blood sugar control. A 2014 clinical trial published in the renowned journal Phytotherapy Research examined participants managing metabolic challenges who consumed whole pomegranate seeds daily for 3 weeks. The researchers observed a significant drop in fasting blood sugar levels, accompanied by a noticeable decline in overall cellular insulin resistance and marked improvements in resting blood pressure readings. Please take note of this important caution when seeking the benefits of pomegranate. You must avoid commercially bottled pomegranate juices found on supermarket shelves, as these products have had their natural fiber removed and often contain concentrated added sugars that will rapidly spike your blood sugar. Always choose the fresh, whole fruit or raw frozen pomegranate arils that retain their intact inner seed. To incorporate pomegranate seeds into your weekly diet, consume 1/2 cup of fresh, raw pomegranate arils each day. You can enjoy them plain with a spoon. Scatter their vibrant red seeds across a crisp green salad, or stir them into your morning bowl of whole grains for a delicious, refreshing burst of antioxidant support. And now we arrive at our 6th and final biblical seed, the most powerful seed in the ancient world for evening blood sugar regulation. Number 6. Fenugreek seed. While known in historic Hebrew literature as methi, fenugreek seeds were cultivated extensively across the arid wilderness regions of the Sinai Peninsula, ancient Israel, and the Nile River Valley. Archaeological excavations of ancient Mediterranean storehouses have revealed large jars of preserved fenugreek seeds dating back thousands of years. Historical botanical texts document that ancient desert physicians relied heavily on fenugreek seeds to help travelers who suffered from sudden muscle wasting, profound weakness, and an unquenchable constant thirst, the classic historic hallmarks of unmanaged elevated blood sugar. When modern medical scientists analyzed fenugreek seeds under the microscope, they made a fascinating discovery that astonished the research community. Fenugreek seeds contain a very specific, rare free amino acid known as 4-hydroxyisoleucine. This specific compound does something that almost no other plant molecule in nature can accomplish. It acts as a smart activator for the specialized beta cells inside your pancreas. When 4-hydroxyisoleucine enters your bloodstream, it gently prompts your pancreatic beta cells to release natural insulin. But with one critical condition: it only triggers insulin release when elevated levels of glucose are actually present in your blood. If your blood sugar is already at a safe, normal baseline, the compound remains dormant, preventing dangerous, sudden drops in sugar known as hypoglycemia. In addition to this smart amino acid, fenugreek seeds are loaded with an extraordinary type of soluble fiber called galactomannan. Galactomannan fiber possesses an immense capacity to bind with water, swelling inside your stomach to form a dense gel-like barrier that significantly slows down the rate of gastric emptying. This makes fenugreek seed uniquely suited for solving the dreaded dawn phenomenon, the frustrating pattern where your liver releases excess sugar during the night, resulting in high blood sugar readings when you wake up in the morning. A landmark clinical study published in the Journal of Diabetes and Metabolic Disorders evaluated adults managing long-term blood sugar issues who added daily fenugreek seed preparations to their diet over a 3-month period. The researchers documented a dramatic stabilization in fasting morning glucose numbers, a substantial reduction in post-meal sugar spikes, and an overall lowering of glycated hemoglobin markers across all age groups. However, we must share an essential, honest caution regarding fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek contains aromatic compounds that pass harmlessly through your body, which may impart a distinct, sweet maple syrup aroma to your sweat and urine. After a few days of consistent use, this is completely safe and natural. However, because fenugreek is exceptionally potent at lowering blood sugar levels, you must closely monitor your daily glucose readings if you are currently using prescription insulin or oral diabetes medications to avoid your sugar dropping too low. To use fenugreek seeds for maximum nighttime glucose stability, place 1 teaspoon of whole, raw fenugreek seeds into a glass of room temperature water every evening before bed. Allow the golden seeds to soak undisturbed overnight as they swell and soften. In the morning, drink the golden-hued infusion on an empty stomach and chew the softened seeds thoroughly. Or drink the soaked tea 30 minutes before your evening meal to guard your body throughout the night. Let us gently recap the biblical wisdom and modern science we have shared together today. We explored the dark black seed of Isaiah to quiet an overactive liver and protect your morning fasting numbers. We saw how humble mustard seed activates myrosinase to clear rusted insulin receptors across your cells. We learned that golden flaxseed creates a protective gel in your stomach to prevent sudden sugar surges after meals. We observed how aromatic cumin seed inhibits digestive enzymes to allow for a slow, steady release of energy. We uncovered how crimson pomegranate seeds quench vascular inflammation and improve overall arterial health. And finally, we revealed how ancient fenugreek seed uses smart amino acids to support your pancreas and guard your nighttime sugar balance. God has thoughtfully placed these humble living seeds within creation to nourish, protect, and restore our bodies as we walk through our golden years. Which of these 6 biblical seeds are you most excited to add to your daily health routine first? Please take a moment to write your answer in the comments below I read and cherish your thoughtful responses. And if you have a friend, neighbor, or family member who is struggling with their energy or blood sugar, please hit the share button and send this video to them today. Thank you for spending this time with me. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next one.